It's my pleasure to be here this morning with Mark Raham from the Vancouver Canucks. Welcome. Now, you just spoke to our audience at the Canadian Power Summit, and you said that one thing that I found interesting was that fans look to you all not to provide products, but to provide more memories.
Yeah, as a sports fan, I think what the value proposition isn't so much that the products are games and wins and losses, but they're memories, moments, things to remember, things to cherish and celebrate. And what we find in terms of our products that our fans really respond to are those items that can help you say, I remember when.
I was
there.
Right.
I experienced something special, and here's my memento of it.
And they want to hang it up and
Absolutely,
show everybody.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So, a couple examples. Sometimes there are things you can plan. So, a great player who will be retiring that season, we can work with all our providers and suppliers to generate a story and a campaign all around it. Everything from the little mini banner you might hang, in the man cave or in a kid's bedroom, to apparel, to jerseys and that sort of thing. We can do a fully comprehensive product line to celebrate that story.
What's a story like that you've celebrated recently?
A season ago, we celebrated probably the most favorite and exciting player who ever played for the Vancouver Canucks, a player named Pavel Bure. And he lives in Russia. He had been sort of outside of our day-to-day visibility and story for quite some time since he retired, and there was this pent-up demand for stuff, because anytime anybody showed an old highlight or brought up the idea of retiring a sweater, there's this huge outpouring of, yes, I mean, I remember when he did this, and that's the reason I became a Canucks fan when I was 18 or 12 or whatever it was. And so for us to be able to say, okay, it's finally going to happen. We were able to integrate a marketing story. We were able to involve our players and our alumni around it to generate this buzz, and then we were able to get the product out for people so they could say, yeah, this was something that's important to me. This is my memory, and this is one of the reasons I'm a Canucks fan.
And what types of products did they have to show them?
So everything from collectible pins, which are now in a series of all of our retired players, to banners, to posters. We did a ton of apparel around, not just the jerseys and stuff, but some really neat vintage apparel. The Canucks have had some very interesting jersey designs over the years, and Pavel wore 5 or 6 of the different looks. And so we were able to create some really, really cool, unique things that looked different from what our team wears today, but still felt true and authentic to being a Canucks fan.
That's great. Now, that was something that you had planned, obviously. Now, you said sometimes you just capture something that happens in the moment that maybe was unexpected, but you realize fans are going to want that memory.
You never know. I mean, as a sports team, you're just a story-generating machine, right? So, so we had an example a couple of seasons ago, totally unplanned, but we were hosting a charity event that happens at holiday time, and the players, instead of wearing their suits and ties, decided to all show up in like really outrageously awesomely kitschy holiday sweaters. So these are these crazy, so the crazy knits and the reindeers and the flashing lights and all this stuff. And so once we saw this happening, we said, well, let's see how far we can take it. So at the event and at the promo for the event, we had them pose in awkward family photos and leaning on each other's shoulders and gathering around the fireplace like a bad 70s family photo. And a couple of them, they literally went viral, and they weren't just on our Twitter feed or even the sports feeds. They were into BuzzFeed and all sorts of pop culture pieces. And so really quickly we were able to work with some of our suppliers and partners to turn around sort of holiday themed pieces that would normally be snowflakes or toques and winter hats and things like that, and turn them into this ugly sweater theme. And they were super kitschy and really popular. Like we couldn't keep that stuff in stock. We sold out, restocked, sold out again, restocked, sold out again.
Super collectible.
Yeah, really collectible, and they're going to be a one-time only memento of something that's going to be important to that fan. I remember when. That was hilarious. I saw that. I can't believe they did that.
Absolutely. That's great. Well, speaking of collectibles, what's your favorite Canucks item that you have in your home right now? And you probably have a few.
I have a few. I have some really cool mementos from the Stanley Cup run in 2011, which we did some really, really nice pieces for. But I actually have a ticket. It's not a product piece. I have a ticket from when I went to a game when I was a kid, and it's probably my favorite collected piece and piece of pride that I have. However, in terms of a piece of merchandise or apparel, I have one of the reissues of the old Canucks V jersey, which was the black, yellow, orange piece that consistently gets voted one of the most, either the most interesting or ugliest sports designs of all time. And you know, as a Vancouverite and a Canucks fan, I'm proud that we did something different, and I wear it and say, yeah, this is us. This is who we are. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your stories with us today.
Okay, thank you very much. Pleasure.
Take care. You're watching ASI TV.